as we see the vice president and his wife now come out onto the balcony to a round of applause as I look behind me here. Everybody's standing and watching Vice President Mike Pence and Karen Pence as he assumes those traditional roles. He was here. He was the one delivering that speech in the moments after the insurrectionists took over at the Capitol. Once the all clear was given, it was Vice President Pence who came out and said democracy must prevail. It was Vice President Pence who returned to the Capitol to thank those National Guard troops that have moved in, not President Trump. It was the Vice President who over the last 4 days has been traveling, thanking the troops, and conducting the duties of the office. Savannah.
And Holly, that is the split screen that no one had exactly expected. Vice President Pence at the inauguration and the open door to Air Force One for the final departure of President Trump and the First Lady as they arrive in Florida.
56 minutes left in the Trump presidency, and it is remarkable. We talk about the transfer of power, and literally at 12 o'clock, 11:59, all the powers, all the weight, all the duties, nuclear codes, things that most of us don't have to think about on a daily basis, suddenly land in your lap.
But it's different in terms of logistics, because in every inauguration, except for 152 years ago, the outgoing president and the incoming president were there in the same place, and there was, in a way, a literal handoff. That won't take place here, but the business of government will continue, and arrangements have been made so that there will be continuity of government. And at the moment that the oath is sworn on the old Biden family Bible, in about an hour from now, we will have a new president. And perhaps as we look at this open door, President Trump has taken a long last look around and saying goodbye to some of the staff members who work on Air Force One and who have certainly he's gotten to know over these last 4 years.
It's certainly a journey that Donald Trump has made many times aboard this plane or its twin plane between Washington and Florida, spending a lot of time at Mar-a-Lago. And there is President Trump. A rather elaborate send-off at Joint Base Andrews a few hours ago. We don't know what sort of greeting. We see the armored vehicle there right at the steps, so we don't, well, let's see what happens.
And yes, Melania Trump has changed into her Florida fashions for the occasion. She left Washington, and it's cold for the sunny skies of Florida, and has changed her wardrobe accordingly as they will drive off. But as you mentioned, 60 minutes and counting until we have a new president.
And what was it he said at the end of his remarks today? I'll be back in some form.
He said, I'll be back in some form, absolutely, and definitely did not give any indication he plans to leave the political stage, but in what form that takes, we'll see. And now we see the Trump children descend the staircase. But this is the moment where the split screen goes away and all eyes go on the United States Capitol, because we are about to inaugurate a new president and the seat of government.